I'm Andrew Surgent, and I have the immense pleasure to be speaking with Pixar. There we go.
Jay Ward and Jay Shuster.
Awesome. So you guys are here today with the real-life Lightning McQueen.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Thank
Looks
you.
cool.
Thank you.
I'm gonna switch this back easier to see you guys.
All right.
So, I guess can you guys tell us about like how you came up with like wanting to bring the car to the show?
Yeah, so we've had a long relationship with Detroit and the auto show going back to 2001. We actually, working on the first cars, we came here in January 2001 to do research for film. We met a lot of the manufacturers, more importantly we met designers, and we started sharing these stories with each other, met more people, and it really began this relationship with Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Leading up to Cars 3, I thought, what better way to say thank you to Detroit than to premiere our new life-size Lightning McQueen here first.
Yeah.
First world premiere of Lightning McQueen here. So,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, can we just take a quick tour around it?
Yeah.
All right. So, first Cars movie came out. Huge hit. Rusty's.
Yes. January 2000, or sorry, it came out in summer of 06. And he's back, and he looks, as you can see, a lot like he did in Cars 1.
Yep.
We've updated the graphics. Jay Schuster's our character designer. And he's back in the Piston Cup again. That's why we went back to kind of his classic layout, but updated the graphics, kind of made him fresh, 10 years newer.
Yeah. Very cool. So is the Piston Cup, is that the graphic for if you win it, or is that just participate?
That's the series sponsor.
Okay.
And it continues to be in Cars 3. So, when we designed McQueen originally, actually penned by famed Pixar designer Polly back in 2002.
Right.
Basically, same guy who designed Buzz Lightyear.
Really?
This
Buzz Lightyear.
right?
I grew up with Toy Story. So.
Yeah.
Polly rules. So McQueen's design was designed to contrast with every other car on the track in the first film.
Mm-hmm.
We got this new character, Jackson Storm,
Yep.
whose job it is to do the same to McQueen.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The instant that he pulls up next to McQueen, he makes McQueen look ancient.
Right.
We've just been working on this movie for about 5 years, honestly, and so much design goes into these cars. Each character, each lead character, like this, McQueen, Cruz Ramirez,
Yep.
our other new character, Jackson Storm. We're spending upwards to about 2 years apiece on each of these character designs, and it's a matter of just sifting through sketches, week after week, just showing this stuff to the director and the story group, making sure these characters hit the points that they're looking for so far as a story and character, and they're basically designing these characters as humans,
right?
And then only then do we apply the shapes and the forms that make them automotive.
So you do the personality
cars
first, and then kind of build the car around that.
And it's just this constant process, just iterative process of massaging these shapes to deliver that character and that personality.
So do you guys take, the NASCAR one, obviously you take from like NASCAR design, but do you take like other characters? Are there different manufacturers or brands you kind of look at, or is it just from all over the place?
Not intentionally. We become a show like this, and we're just like storing stuff in our brains for later use. Like, there was this quarter panel on, such and such a car that had just this nice turn to it. It's bound to kind of show up somewhere in a design, but these cars are really a composite of so many different, brands, shapes, etc.
Right.
You just put them in a blender, mix them up, and voila, you've got a beautiful Pixar car.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool.
Pixar blender.
So, have you guys? There's like internet where people are talking about where the eyes are up on the windshield. Should they be on the lights? Do you guys have any comments on that, dude?
Oh yeah, no, they can't be on the headlights. It makes no sense. Otherwise, who in the world is going to drive these cars? What's in the interior of these cars?
Right. That makes
it just doesn't make any sense.
So yeah, if you break down the anatomy of the car, it does make more sense that would be there.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things we found early on was you know, there have been cases where there's been animation where they put the eyes in the headlights, and what you've done is you made the head of a snake, where the head's really low, and the rest of the car is kind of nothing's going on. As soon as you move the eyes back to the windshield, you have the mouth down here and the eyes up here, and you have the head of a horse or of a dog. You open up a whole face. Now you have a nose.
That's interesting.
In the middle. It really opens up a lot more room for the character to come alive, to express, and to be emotive. If it's all down in the front, like I said, like the head of a snake. It's a compressed small area for all that emotion.
That's a really, really good point.
I mean, imagine shooting a whole film with the camera just shooting this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you're missing the rest of the car.
This.
Yeah. It limits you quite a bit. The other thing is headlight shapes are not always conducive to be eye shapes.
That's true.
With actually putting real kind of human-looking eyes in the windshield, it personifies them a lot more.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because I know that's been.
No, it's a great question, and we have a good explanation for it. We explored that. John's original inspiration was a Disney short film called Susie the Little Blue Coupe from 1952. Susie was this little convertible this guy falls in love with, and she's got eyes in the windshield and the mouth down below. That was the first time we saw an animated cartoon with eyes in the windshield. We thought that really works well. It was very charming.
Yeah, I mean, it does look more natural too, I guess.
Yeah,
being up there.
I think we sort of set the standard now.
Point. Yeah,
we set the standard now.
Very cool. I like the grin on Lightning here too. Looks awesome. So how long did it take you guys to actually make this car?
The life-size car. This project started, we did one for Cars 2 as well, and we did one for Cars 1 that was separate. It's about a 9-month process from very beginning to end, giving them files. It has to be output on a 5-axis mill, just like you would, from digital data the right way, make it out of foam. There's a hard coat process. There's a whole chassis underneath with a battery system, a lights, sound system. So they're pretty complex.
Yeah.
This is the only one in the world, by the way, that has all that stuff in one in life size.
And I heard that this is remote control?
Yeah, there's not a person inside of it. It has to be remote controlled. But to everybody else, McQueen is alive.
Which makes it the world's coolest remote control car.
Seriously.
As well. This thing's what, 5,000 pounds?
Very heavy because of the composite body and the steel chassis. It's pretty darn heavy, yeah. And those are real rubber tires we got from Goodyear, real steel wheels.
I mean, obviously you guys have to go for the details. You put the light year on there, but I just love the back to the Toy Story 2 and putting just from the character. It just makes me smile. So it's awesome. Awesome. So we've got the movie coming out in June, right?
Yeah, correct.
Cool. It's going to be quite a. Is this going to be like a trilogy for Cars, or is it going to be more of a? Or you guys can't say anything yet?
No, this is the third film. It comes out this summer, and I think this is the logical next step, like we did with Toy Story 3, where it really felt like the next step in that film series. If there's ever a 4, I don't know, it'd be if we had a great story, but I think this feels naturally like a beautiful way to sort of close some
like
stories
a
and open other ones up.
Yeah, okay. Very cool. Awesome. Well, do you guys have anything else you'd like to say? Or
No, just we're excited. I think if you do love cars, you'll love this film. I think this is much more like Cars 1 with the heart, McQueen's journey, much more emotional film, very strong character-based film. So we're excited about it. Very much a quintessential Pixar film, which we're excited about.
Yeah.
I do have one more question. I'm just thinking about it. So how do you guys find the actors then for the cars? Do you guys think about, so when you're thinking of the personalities, then you design the bodies, do you have like an actor already in mind, or is it something that just comes along?
Different studios do it different ways. So for instance, other animation studios will say, oh, we've got to get this hot actor who looks great. They'll get that actor, and then they'll sort of model the characters to kind of look like characters. Right. We do not do that. What we start with is the design of what the story we're trying to tell, and then we find a actor whose voice works well with our character design. We do it the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, guys, I really, really appreciate you guys.
Our pleasure.
It's been awesome. I appreciate everything that you've done. This looks awesome. I definitely hope people come and check this out because it's a highlight for the show for me, and it's just, I think the kids here are just going to love it too. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right. So thank you.